Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with another set of Sherlock Holmes versus Arsène Lupin, or Sherlock Holmes Nemesis. I'm going to say right now, the following sets I had already actually played. I decided to use OBS rather than Fraps because using Fraps, this game, I guess because of all the colors, the raw video files are huge. Even in the end, they're the video files I upload to YouTube, they're very big in data size. But unfortunately, when I recorded the entire thing, something weird happened, and I ended up actually deleting all my saved files. So I had to play up to that point. But then when I had a look at the footage, I found that the video, it just didn't record as smoothly. It was too jagged, jarring. And so I decided, you know what, rather than have the video at that less than mediocre, poor quality, I'm just going to have to play it over again. So unfortunately, these next few parts are going to be, I guess, more like a walkthrough, just because I already know what's happening. I still have some of my notes here, and so I'll try to explain things that might have happened when I had to use the hint system, stuff like that, just so you guys have a bit of awareness.
Oh, hello, Mr. Holmes. What can I do for you?
Good day, Barnes. I'm looking for a book that deals with English victories and the subsequent treaties, the Treaty of Alexandria in particular.
You'll have to excuse me, but I am already run off my feet this morning, as I need to relabel some of the books. I'll leave you to look for yourself. There must be something in the history shelf near the back.
Okay. So I know the book is right here. And I think one thing I'm going to have to be careful of is because since I had to play through the entire game again, I just rapid click just to get through all the dialogue. I had to resist that temptation. Either way, let's read this. The Treaty History, A History of Treaties by Trent T. Trito, a symbol of the English superiority over this part of the African continent. The Treaty of Alexandria was signed in 1801 after the defeats of the French forces under General Monod and the subsequent surrender. According to Article 16 of the treaty, the English imposed delivery of antiquities held in the city of Alexandria. The majority of these pieces had been perhaps inopportunely moved from Cairo to Alexandria in order to keep them secure. Indeed, at the instigation of Napoleon, the Cairo Institute was created with a number of savants of renown. The most beautiful pieces of Egyptian antiques which had been found during the French campaign were at the center of their studies. However, the advance of the English forces didn't leave the scholars much time to study the ancient Egyptian treasures, and it was decided that the most precious ones would be sent to Alexandria. This selection proved quite beneficial to the Crown of England, who had laid claim, as previously stated, to all of the antiquities present in Alexandria, but magnanimously, I still can't say that word, left all the remainders in Cairo to France. It should be noted that the Rosetta Stone, studied by the French scholar Champollion, who unlocked the key to understanding hieroglyphics, was part of the plunder and was sent to England on the HMS L'Egyptian the next year. The stone can now be seen in the British Museum.
I found it, Barnes. I'll take it.
Fine, Mr. Holmes. You'll settle up later? You see, it's quite a rare book. Quite dear, too.
Okay. With that, we're going to head to Baker Street.
Day, Mr. Holmes.
Good day, Ruffles.
I've got a message for you, I have. Direct from the yard. I'm supposed to bring you to Inspector Lastrade quick as can be. There's going to be a right important meeting, there is. The PM himself will be there.
For once, Lastrade is ahead of the game. Listen, Ruffles, in order to save some precious time, will you bring a message to the inspector? Tell him to meet me here with as much of the force as he can muster, but he must be discreet. Do you understand?
Right, Mr. Holmes. I'll be off, I will.
Thank you. Let's head to Baker Street.
I'm kind of curious of what in the world is going on with dialogue there, because we are already on Baker Street. So, do you mean your apartment? Let's head inside. Is that what you actually meant? Okay. Watson, wake up!
Up, Watson. It's time.
The wave. No! It will engulf me. The the tentacles! Ah!
Come, my friend, that's all finished and behind us. Compose yourself. We have an appointment in half an hour with the Prime Minister.
I'm still dreaming. The Prime Minister.
Okay, so the British Museum, is it here? Nope, that was the Bank of England. Where is the British Museum? Nope, that's where... Here we go.
Here's our next destination, Watson, the British Museum. Come on now, make haste. We're ahead of the game at the moment and we want to remain that way. How do you do, Prime Minister? Lestrade.
Mr. Holmes, despite the intelligence and the perspicacity far above the norm that all of England is bestowing you, I assure you that you are 1,000 leagues from imagining to what point I am, let's say, annoyed. Inspector Lastrade here will only give one answer to all of my questions. Ask Sherlock Holmes. So, Mr. Holmes, where are we?
A few days ago, July 14th to be exact, we received a letter from the ubiquitous Arsène Lupin. It is here for your perusal.
Is this in earnest?
The facts concur. We are in our third day, and he has honoured all of his engagements to date.
Even in recent history, this type of preposterousness would have led to war, do you know? Well, Mr. Holmes, all of this is too grievous to be left in the hands of an unofficial detective, no matter what his talents are. From here on, you will be working with Inspector Lastrade. You will be under his authority, and he will report to my cabinet. I am going to call a council of war, and I want you to know that no matter who you are, all contact with the press is categorically forbidden and will be punished in exemplary fashion. Gentlemen, these damn French, I should send in the fleet.
My dear Lestrade, time is pressing. I don't see anyone here about. Is the museum closed?
No, but as there is work underway, and most of the galleries are closed, there isn't a crowd.
That's fortunate. Lestrade, listen well. Clear the museum of all visitors and workmen, block the entrance, and post some men around the building. No one is allowed to enter the British Museum from this point on. As for us, Watson, let us assure ourselves that Lupin's next target is still within these walls.
Wait. I have a map of the British Museum that the guard gave me. It could be of some use.
Okay, and this, if I remember this correctly...
And you have no idea what's going on?
No, not in the slightest, but I do know that it's rather pleasant watching all these pretty young men in uniform. Our Inspector, you are quite the joker, you are going to jail, and everybody... oh, hello, gentlemen, what can we do for you?
I like how the animation, like the models are basically the director from the art museum, and then the other, I can't remember what the other guy's position, but basically the same people. They just have slightly different. This one, he's a bit more.
Good day. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. Are you the museum's curator?
The guard.
For some reason I was saying flouncy, but I don't think that's an actual word.
Could you show me the Rosetta Stone as quickly as possible, please?
Of course. Follow me. You follow me with muffled steps in the hall, up the stairs, into my small room. That's where you get out your... Here, gentlemen, we have arrived. The Rosetta Stone. Did you know that it was taken from the French?
Only too well. There stands the honour of England that we must be prepared to defend, Watson. Let's find Lestrade. We'll need his men to help search the museum.
Okay, and if I remember correctly, I spent a lot of time in this part looking around the museum and then having a look at all the objects, which really helped when the actual investigation gets sent underway. I think we can just head straight to Lastrade here.
So, Lastrade, how are things coming along?
We have finished, and if I know one thing, it's that Arsène Lupin is not hidden in this museum. We gave everything, even the smallest nook, the once-over, 3 times. The men have doubled the watch outside. This place is protected like a fortress.
Excellent. Arsène Lupin isn't inside, and we have made sure that he can't enter. Remember, Lastrade, no one is to breach the walls of the museum. No one.
Tell me, Holmes, 2 hours have passed and we still haven't eaten. Can we...
Certainly, Watson. Find something to restore yourself. Nothing for me.
Ask one of the men outside if there's anything left over from the mess, Watson.
Come, Inspector. Let's go over the plan one more time.
Okay, so we're controlling Dr. Watson. Watson, move.
Good day, gentlemen. Inspector Lastrade pointed me your way to see if there was anything left to eat.
I'm afraid not. There's a bread bag near the portal over there. There might be a bun or two.
Okay, and it's a long way there, so I'm just gonna teleport and grab ourselves.
It looks like the police's bread bag. It's a rubbish bag, not a bread bag.
Psst! Hey, Doctor! Psst!
But what are you doing there?
Word on the street is that something big is going down here. Is that true?
Yes. Well, no. Regardless, you must leave.
No chance. I want my scoop. You promised me. And the time has come to keep your word.
What do you want?
Sneak me in, and I'll take some pictures, on the sly, of course. And I'll have a screamer of a headline.
Out of the question. If one of the constables sees you in the museum, you'll be taken as their quarry. And I'll pay the price for having let you in.
Listen, Doctor, I've seen worse. Danger is part of my job. If I am caught, I won't mention your name. You owe me that much. The situation with the medal is almost sorted, and I'll be able to bring it to you tomorrow. You wouldn't rather have me turn up empty-handed and have to explain to the great detective how you've been sneaking around, would you?
I'm not even sure if I can. The museum is guarded like a fortress.
You'll manage, Doctor. The main thing is to find the key to open the confounded gate and get the guards out of the way for a few minutes. Good luck, Doctor. I'll be waiting.
Okay, so teleport. And I spent a lot of time wandering around for this section because I didn't know where in the world I was supposed to look for a key, but it turns out I had to talk to someone. So we're gonna head to the reading room here, which I have to say, I remember first going inside here. This place is beautiful. But we're gonna talk to the guard here. Turn around.
So, my friend, all seems well with you?
Goodness, yes. No more visitors, no more racket. At last I can take care of the filing that has been piling up.
Ah, all these treasures in the museum. A great responsibility to guarantee their security. By the way, are there several keys for the main entrance?
As I said to your colleague, Inspector Lemon or Lester, I can't recall, there is the one that I gave him, and there is the curator's.
Where is the museum curator?
He is on holidays in Scotland for the duration of the renovations, and as he's the only one who can open the strange lock on his strongbox, the key is perfectly secure.
Is one of the keys for the portal in the curator's office, then?
Yes, near the entrance. The architect is there at present.
I must go now. Until later, perhaps.
Okay, so we're gonna head just fast to do that. Okay, the architect is gone. Here is, oh, Look at this helpful note. Every Wednesday morning, meeting of the Commonwealth Archaeological Society. Take 2 magnesium pills from Dr. Bung after each meal to open red, blue, and
The museum director's reminder. Apparently he suffers from memory loss. He even jots down some sort of hieroglyphs.
Okay. And oh look, there's a safe here. So this safe actually gave me quite a bit of trouble. I had an easy time with the 15. You notice there's a, well actually I put it here by accident because I didn't see the 15 up there, but there's red value 15. We're going to match it up there. And then from there, from 1, 2, 3, 4, we have, I had to use the hint system because this one was a doozy for me. But we have 75, 45, 30, and 30 again. But if you'll remember from the notes, it has red going clockwise and blue going counterclockwise. Another thing that kind of threw me off is, I guess the increments, for some reason I was thinking of it actually in the certain degrees. So I was thinking this as being 45 degrees, 90, blah blah, 180, but it doesn't work like that. Literally every single increment is just 15 degrees. So we're gonna work with the blue counterclockwise, 75 degrees, so that's 5 spaces. But since we're going this, by the way, these can only move one way. I've tried to see if I can get it to go the other way, but it just goes one way. But either way, we need it 5 spaces counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just gonna span my, it's just one point past the 90. Okay, so 75, we got 45, so 15, 30, 45. We have 30, which is 2, so we're gonna work this one all the way around. Actually, we can just bring this one, since that's 30 as well. We're gonna bring this dial. I really wish it's not clicking, but you can actually physically move it. Now look, a key.
What are you doing there?
I was checking to see if the strongbox was locked.
More likely you were checking to see if it was damaged, weren't you? Well, I didn't touch it.
Calm down, young man. What has happened? You seem to be out of sorts.
You wouldn't understand. All this pressure, it's too much. We're 3 weeks behind schedule, and they are constantly threatening to fire me if any of my workmen cause even the slightest damage to any of the works preserved here. And you come in and send my team home and place police officers all over? If they knock over a statue or break a vase, I'll end up carrying the can for the lot.
Now, that's not true. The police are professionals. They will stay clear of the fragile objects, and the statues here are so heavy, there's no chance they will fall.
You are deceiving yourself. Look at the 2 lions at the entrance. The base of one of the 2 is crumbling so much that it will turn into dust at the slightest noise. And there are plenty like that here.
In any case, young man, you must stop tormenting yourself. No one will wrongly accuse you. Now I must get the police away from the entrance to sneak the journalist in.
Okay, but first we're actually going to hand him the key first. Do that.
Find a way to get rid of the police, Doctor.
Yeah. Calm yourself. And hint, hint. Oh, look, we happen to be talking about that statue. Oh, look, there's a hammer.
No interest whatsoever.
What?
No interest whatsoever.
Oh, do I have to look at the statue first? Okay, I have to look at the statue first.
This limestone pedestal is crippled by the humidity. A small knock by a blunt instrument, and it will topple like a castle of cards.
Okay, oh look. We happen to know where a blunt instrument is. Okay, and I've run out of time here. So I'm going to knock this down and it's going to head to the next part. So right now I'm just going to say thank you for liking if you like. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. And thank you for simply clicking on this video. Can we do from here? Until next time, guys. Sorry, lying. See ya!
It pains me to hurt this work of art, but I have no other choice. Only an event of this magnitude can create a diversion.